Lesson 1. Introduction to Bread and Pastry Production. Exploratory course for grades 7 and 8. I am your teacher, Josephine A. Tolentino. Why do we bake foods? First, let us define first what is baking. Baking is a way to uniformly heat foods in an enclosed space. This is a dry method. But why do we bake foods? It makes food more appetizing and palatable. Appetizing means it is appealing to the appetite, especially in appearance or aroma. Palatable means it is pleasant, especially to the sense of taste. Another, it makes food easier to digest. It makes food safe to eat because cooking destroys many harmful microorganisms or germs in the food. So those are the reasons why do we bake foods. Bread and pastry production. Also known as baking and pastry production. It is a technical vocational program that develops the skills of students in preparing and producing bakery, pastry products, cakes, and desserts. The students of the bread and pastry production program are trained in using modern baking techniques, equipment, tools, and utensils, and other baking appliances. The students are also taught about different presentation with regards to sanitation and safety. So here are some of the products or activities of bread and pastry production. The importance of the course bread and pastry production. 1. Get acquainted with your bakery. One of the objectives of this module is that it states that get acquainted or be acquainted with our bakery. What are the things that we need to remember there? First and foremost, the tools and equipment that we use in baking. Second, the baking skills. When we know the baking skills, we can develop or improve our self-esteem. And, of course, in taking this bread and pastry production, we are encouraged with the cultural awareness. We are becoming aware of what is the culture of other places, not only in our place, but also to the other places or other countries. That's why we are studying what about their culture. Example, in our culture, we are fond of eating sweets because we have our what we call the sweet tooth. And then Filipinos are what we call sweet, have a sweet tooth. And of course, they love to eat suman, kalamay, anything which is sweet. Not like the other places, other countries like Korean, they are fond of eating the samji because that is their food in their places. And then, of course, without samji is not samji when there is no spices. Okay? And of course, if we know already the different tools and equipment, we were able to improve our skills. Remember that baking is not only once, that we have to try it more or often, and then so that we can improve our skills, and then we can develop the self-esteem And of course, we get to know the cultural of other places or the culture of other places. And then, of course, we can have our opportunity to develop a skill in developing our own bakery. So that is the importance of bread and pastry. So this subject is very, very easy, and I know you will going to enjoy this lesson because some of you are already doing the method, but you are not only familiar with the method, and others have their tools and equipment at home. Okay, let's move on. What are the job opportunities when we say bread and pastry production? Kitchen helper. Do not just say kitchen helper. What does a kitchen helper do? Kitchen helper cleans and sanitizes kitchen equipment, assists in basic food preparation, receives and store products in kitchen. So without the kitchen helper, the cook will get tired so easy. And then, of course, this is just a stepping stone in moving to the next level. All of the successful people who made their business started in a very low rank, and then as they move on, they level up their position. Factory bakers. They work for bread factories using machinery to produce bread and pastry products. Therefore, this is for the big products already, factory bakers, such as Gardenia, example, the one with a bigger factory, I mean. In-store bakers. These people produce bread and baked goods in a retail store, sometimes using pre-prepared or part-baked products from a factory, just like the bakers or the bakery that we have there. In the bakery, once or sometimes we see baked products like cakes, but those cakes, what we call the pre-prepared or part-baked cake, or we can only see cakes but they don't have names. When we buy them, that is the only time that they going to write the names using icing. That is the in-store bakers. Okay, the master or craft, much more likely to bake from scratch and are also employed by a small-scale independent bakery or restaurant kitchen. They may specialize in a certain type of bread or baking process and other or will offer, meaning they have their specialization. In baking, you have your specialization. Let's say you just make bread, bread such as pandesal. That is your masterpiece. Others, their masterpiece is what they have, yung cakes. So, cakes lang ginagawa. Sometimes, this specialization don't need to mix up. They don't need to be combined or be done by the master, because once that these different methods were combined, you will get mixed. So, kailangan isa lang ang specialization na gagamitin mo para hindi ka malito. Okay? The bakers. Okay, the bakers, specialist goods and services such as patisserie and cake maker. So these are some of the job opportunities. So we still have some, the baker sanitation manager. They are responsible for general sanitation of the plant. They look after all on-the-job activities for product safety, legality, equality, etc. These people, since our what we cater is the food, and of course, we give to the client what is equal to their money. They paid our services, and then of course we give the equivalent or the money that they give. We satisfy them by making our products sanitized. We sanitize the equipment, the facilities, and then and we are in we are obliged to take care of their safety. Of course, we safety and of course the legality. And of course, we have the quality. We do not just make our products in more quantity, but there is no quality. Quality, I mean, is that the bread must be in uniform in sizes, uniform in weights, everything. So, meaning there is quality. So, it is just not only making quantity, but there must be a quality. Of course, we have to have permit to make it legal so that no one, when somebody will going to ask question, you will show the papers that your products and then the company or the bakery is legal, is paying for the legality of the place. So that is the role of the bakery or sanitation manager. Next, the bakery technologies. They are responsible for the development, creating, launching, and implementing new products and commercialization of new and existing products, meaning they are for promotion. Since today, technology is widely used, they can easily promote their products. And with the use of technology, they can make their products, they can commercialize their products, especially the existing products. So they will not be left in the industry of baking. That's why the bakery technologies has what we call the role of promotion of the products. If you will not going to promote the products, no one will going to buy it, and then you're just wasting your time. The bakery owner, ayan, if you are already confident that you will be someday, bakery owners are entrepreneurs who create signature baked goods, build their own brand, and manage the business side of the shop. Meaning to say, they were able to create their own signature baked goods. Just like uh, in our place, there are different bakery who what we call have their name. No one can use that name. It is only that management, such as Gardenia. What what about you? Do you know some of these bakeries? Okay, you think about those bakeries because in the next lesson we will be discussing them. Okay, and then the caterer. It plans, makes, transport, and serves good for meetings, parties, weddings, organizational fetes, and hosts of the other events. So today, since we have, most of us have small places in our home, so therefore we just ask or we use this one for catering. If you're familiar, when we have our occasion, if we have a small place, we can have it somewhere in a place wherein we can have 200 guests. If you want 200 guests, you look for a place and then you will going to ask the caterer. Therefore, the caterer serves food. They use their own utensils and other equipments. That's why you will just going to pay them, and after paying them, of course, whatever your request is, that is depend upon the contract. Okay, so those are some of the job opportunities. The cake decorator, we still have few. They works at a bakery, grocery store, or specialty cake shop and decorates cakes using a variety of tools, materials, and food items. Prepared icing, apply toppings, and decorate cakes by writing customized messages. Yung binibili natin sa Cindy's na cake, tapos palalagyan natin ng pangalan, and then, of course, kung anong pangalan ang gusto mo, let's say, thank you, Ma'am Jo. O, di ba? That is, susulat nila by writing customized messages. Okay, the pastry chef. They are in charge of and trained in the production of desserts, pastries, and bread. So when you say pastry chef, these are what we call very expensive naman kasi yung mga products na yan eh. Desserts, pastries, and bread. May mga products na they are very expensive. Yun lang ginagawa nila. Okay, for the commis, we have the line cook. So, these are what you call the job opportunities. Okay, for the activity, identify the following. It is activity time, na late siya. So, 1, they work for bread factories using machinery to produce bread and pastry products. 2, trains you how to bake and definitely improve and develop your baking abilities. And 3, some specialize in baked goods and pastries.